Today we are going to be learning about an important math concept called multiplication. We use multiplication by solving real world problems, um, which is basically just adding groups together and quickly. How do we use multiplication in everyday life or in real world problems? A perfect example is, let's say, you and your friends want to buy a box of pizza. Let's say it's 4 of your friends, and you each want to eat about 3 slices of pizza. You want to make sure you're satisfied. So in order to figure out how many slices you need in total, you would multiply 3 times 4, as in 3 slices for each person, which is in total 4 people. So this is a math concept that you do use in everyday life, and it's actually a very important one as well, because you will use it for so many different things, and as well as moving forward with your math classes, you will need to know your times tables, which has to do with multiplication. So we are going to focus on using these props that I have here, which are just plates and forks. Each plate is going to represent each group. So let's say 1, 2, and 3 groups total. And when a math problem shows up and it says 3 times 4, we are going to place 4 forks in each group. We're going to distribute them evenly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 forks in 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we have 3 groups of 4 forks in each group. So, in other words, we are multiplying 3, which is each plate, by 4, which is each fork, and all we have to do now is add up all the forks in total. So, if I count each fork, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is showing visually and with props that there are 3 groups of 4, which is 3 times 4, and how many total do we have of the forks? We have 12 total forks. So that would be our answer. 3 times 4 is 12. Now, it's easy to use props in order to multiply, but we can also, actually I'm going to move this, we can also multiply by drawing. So, I have my little notebook here, and we will be multiplying, again, 3 times 4. I want to be showing the same example. So let's say I draw 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. Each of these are going to represent a row. And in each row, there's going to be 4 dots. So this is already 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 3 rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots in each row. All we have to do now is add them all up. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like we did with the plates, all of this adds up to 12. So that means 3 rows of 4 columns or 4 dots will represent 12 dots total. Okay, does anybody have any questions so far? Does everybody understand the similarity between the plates with the forks and the grid or the dot drawing that I did here? No questions? Okay, so I showed you a way to use the props, which is the plates and the forks, and I showed you a way to use the dot method. You can do squares, you can do triangles, whatever you feel more comfortable. If you want to continue practicing that, you can. So now we are going to move to visually seeing in a paper. Let's say I give you a worksheet, which I will in a little bit, of the problem 3 times 4. So we have to solve 3 times 4. This is the way that it will show up in a worksheet from here on out. So 3 times 4 is basically written as 3. This is a times symbol and the number 4. All it is, just like we use the plates and the dots, the drawing, is telling you that the 3 right here is a group. Here, I'll keep it up here. So 3 groups of 4, just like how we did with the forks, right? We had 3 plates, which each represent a group, and 4 forks in each. So 3 times 4 is what compared to what we did earlier? Exactly, 12. So 3 times 4 is 12. The first number represents the number of groups, right? Just like the plates or the rows. And 4 represents how many are in each group. So 4 would represent the forks or the dots that are going down in the previous page of the grid. Again, the same result is 12. And even if you turn it around, let's say 4 times 3, maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, but it would be the same thing where we would have, for example, 4 plates and 3 forks in each plate. That would represent 12 as well. And I will show it to you right now with the forks. Let me grab one more plate. Quickly, I'll show you, but let's say we have 4 plates. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add forks to them, except this time we're gonna switch it around. So we're adding 3 forks to each plate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna count them all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's the same thing. So when it comes to multiplying, if you switch around the numbers, you will get the same answer. Okay, anybody have any questions so far?